to Zodiac Zone, where you can get your 30 minutes of astrology every Wednesday night from 9:30 to 10 o'clock p.m. So I'm really out there for all you almost night owls. I would say, yeah, night owls. So what I wanted to talk about this week is it's officially Gemini season. Happened on Monday. The sun went into Gemini. And so wanted to spend about 10 minutes talking about some of the interesting things that happened this week because I think there's a lot here that we need to discuss. So let's start with Gemini. I love Geminis. They're very interesting people, whether they have the sun in Gemini, the moon in Gemini, the ascendant in Gemini, anywhere Gemini is very important, north or south node in Gemini. And what Gemini is it's about communication. So a lot of times when I go and see speakers, on Wikipedia, probably like we all do, I look and I say, oh my gosh, I could have guessed it. They're a Gemini. These people feel really comfortable talking, and they love storytelling. A lot of comedians could be Geminis. It really is about that comedic push, I would say. Also, I find with especially sun, moon, and ascendant in Geminis, they're really good at studying people and mimicking people. Maybe they're good at doing impressions of people. So that's really the aspects of Gemini. They are the twins, so they could have two personalities. A lot of them could be referred to as, the good twin, the bad twin, the right twin, the wrong twin. There's always kind of a little bit of polarity between the twins, but either way, they always make for interesting storytellers and they're very good at communicating. Another thing I wanted to point out, I'm looking at my book to kind of keep myself on track here. So we have something really interesting tomorrow. We have a full moon in Sagittarius. A lot of people say, well, what does that mean? What is a full moon? A full moon is basically about endings, ending something. So the way that I look at Sagittarius is about our belief system. It's about our learning, our understanding from a philosophical standpoint about things. And I really believe with this full moon, it's about ending the beliefs that are no longer useful to us, about really stepping into our purpose and path and not fearing it, not having any type of fear of any of this, knowing that we believe in our heart and our soul that this is where we're supposed to be. And anything that's keeping us from getting to where we're supposed to be, we're going to end that. And what I say to all my clients is, go out, especially when there's a full moon, and release for this moon, since it's in Sagittarius, release those limiting beliefs about yourself or about where you want to be, your hopes and dreams, your path, your relationship with your partner, your spouse, your relationship maybe with your family, because we came here, I believe, to release these attachments. And that's the fundamental way I look at the chart. I look at the chart from a very evolutionary level of how we, where we have our most difficulties is in what we're supposed to release. So that's something that I think is very important. So go out tomorrow night and look at the moon and again, release that limiting aspect of what you believe inside yourself. Another thing that we have tomorrow is Venus enters Gemini. So it's really about you being that social butterfly, getting out there and making connections and, um, just having some fun and having some really good conversations. Maybe this weekend you can go and see a good show, a good comedian to make you laugh and to kind of, take the nice thing about Gemini is it's not so serious, like some of the other signs are. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you this week. There was one other thing that I wanted to let me look on here. Um, yeah, so also the moon has been in Scorpio for the last couple of days. I don't know if Scorpio being a very transformative sign where we go down deep with ourselves. I feel like that is the prepping for this Sagittarius moon to, release those limiting beliefs, go down deep with ourselves first, and to release those limiting beliefs. So those are some of the things, like I said, that I wanted to discuss with all of you tonight. Wanted to also talk about, I've been doing, and I mentioned this on last week's show, I've been doing a lot of work with Black Moon Lilith and really talking to some of my clients about it. It's really the shadow side of the individual and what they want to kind of dismiss inside their chart. I think I said this on the last show. My Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini. So I'm going to get into my Gemini aspect of who I am. And it's in the 11th house of other people. And I said that with that placement, a lot of times because my South Node is in Libra in the second house, um, that what I do is I try to tie the chart together. So let me give you, for instance, here, um, because my Black Moon Lilith, like I said, is in Gemini in the 11th house of other people. I think somewhere along the lines, I could be scared to speak up in groups of people and primarily with my job. I have a full-time job as in corporate America, and I'm building an astrology business with a corporate. I want to be a corporate astrologer as well. So just wanted to kind of mention all of that too. I'm looking and doing some of that. So now I wanted to kind of switch it over and I wanted to do some readings. We have the first reading is for Lynn from Vancouver. Lynn, are you there?
I'm here.
Great. Welcome to Zodiac Zone.
Thank you.
Wanted to basically, so what I do is when I read for people is I'm really going to look at your sole purpose of why you're here and also look at Chiron, the wounds that you bring in. So the whole purpose is to overcome those wounds and also look at Black Moon Lilith in your chart, what you're trying to dismiss and not necessarily pay attention to, but is there. And this is all about stepping into your power and, of course, living your best life. So what is your birthday, day, month, year?
February 23rd.
23rd February.
1972.
1972. And the time you were born?
10:21 p.m.
10:21 p.m. And the place?
North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
North Vancouver?
Yeah.
Okay, so North Vancouver, Canada. That's fine, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, let me see. Just doing a quick analysis before I go into this.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it means astrologically, and then explain to you what it means, in English. um,
Okay.
so your South Node is in Leo in the 10th house, and your North Node is in Aquarius in the 4th house. And a
Hmm.
South Node in Leo. So Leo is the sign of Leo is all about when I think of Leo, I think of people on the stage. I think of the actor. I think of the drama type individual. And that's not saying that you're overly dramatic. It's just you probably have a big heart, and you're probably
Hmm.
the type of person that wears your heart on your sleeve, maybe to a certain extent. And you're a
Hmm.
very hard worker because your South Node is in the 10th house. So you take your work very seriously. I
Yeah.
feel you came here to embrace the group, you know. It's you're probably a workhorse that takes it on all yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
it's more about the group dynamics, you know, probably giving responsibility if you're in a corporate environment and you have people working for you. It's about delegating to the group. And for you, it's that balance between work and family, because it's 10th house, 4th house. Does that
Yeah.
resonate with you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I'm a realtor, so I do work by myself, but I have had a team and thinking about rebuilding a team, but that is hard for me because I like to do everything myself. So,
Right.
yeah.
You know your own
And work-life
abilities.
balance is challenging. Hmm.
Yeah, and I feel once you delegate, even though it's going to be really hard for you, because a lot of South Nodes and Leos, they're like, well, it's my reputation and it's my, what are they going to think if I can't perform and do this? But the whole thing is really about you delegating and you about embracing the group and getting into more group dynamics. A lot of times the South Node and Leo will shy away from their group because they feel that the
Yeah.
group is just, it serves no purpose to them. It's like, no, I don't want to deal with this because remember, this is all about getting into the opposite energy that once you get there, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to raise your
Mhm.
awareness, you're going to raise your conscious level, and it's going to be a game changer for you. You'll actually probably most likely do better. I mean, I'm sure you're successful now, but the success that you'll have, you wouldn't have thought possible if you didn't do that change. The problem is that it's scary.
Right.
So
Mm.
it's about you making
Yeah.
the decision um, to do it.
Right.
So another thing I would say too when I look at your chart is you have Chiron in the 6th house. Um, 6th house is house of work, it's house of health. You have Venus there too, which kind of could set off the Chiron a little bit. It's in Aries, could mean that, you know, you a lot of times a south node in the 6th house could feel like sickness when sickness is not there. They could have had sickness from an early age, you know. Um,
Mm.
but I think for you it's about having healthy routines, you know,
Yeah.
and not being afraid, you know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and year because Chiron is in Aries. So it's about overcoming those things. Um,
Right.
I would say too with Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, if we're reading Black Moon Lilith as well, Black Moon Lilith is in it's in Libra and it's in the 12th house. I would say for you, embrace your intuition, embrace it. You know things a lot more than you will admit in your subconscious to knowing, if that makes sense. And it's not, it's, don't dismiss it. Don't dismiss it. I mean, oh my gosh, you have Pluto and Uranus there. Uranus, I know you have some strange, interesting dreams, but I feel like you can tie this all together. This, remember that the chart is not only a blueprint, but it tells a story of who we are from a soul aspect. And the great thing is we're manifesting all of this. We're just conditioned to believe that we have no power. And oh my gosh, I'm a Pisces and I'm really good at art, or I'm really a spiritual person, but there's so much more to all of this. So I would say for you, don't dismiss that, embrace it, and use that to work your plan, whatever that plan is. So, just wanted to share that with you tonight. Hope that helps. Definitely, like I said at the beginning of the show, release your restricted thoughts, fears, anything that are stepping in your way of your path and purpose. Tomorrow night, go out in front of the full moon and release all that energy that's not working for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Beautiful.
thank you
so
very
much.
much. Have a beautiful night. Polisa?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm ready to release all my restricting thoughts tomorrow night. So full moon in Sagittarius.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just telling the last reading I did to do that as well. What is your birthday, day, month, year?
12, 12, 65, 1965.
1965. And the birth time, the time you were born.
6 a.m.
Oh, wow. You're a morning baby.
Yeah.
And what was the city state?
It's a place in Africa called Maseru, in a small country next to South Africa called Lesotho.
So how do you spell it?
The town or the country?
Town?
The town is Maseru.
CRU?
Yeah, Maseru, Maseru.
CRU? Ooh, I'm not getting it.
You want the country?
Yeah, what is the country?
It's a tiny little country. It's spelled LE.
Okay, let me see if it's even in here, because I'm working in an astrology program, so
Uh-huh.
I don't think I even see it. LES, Lesru?
Yeah, Lesotho.
Okay, I got it. I got that. I'm not, yeah, so interesting. Okay, let's try it again. And then I got, and what's
Okay.
and say the city?
It's MAS.
MAS. Okay.
Yeah, ERU, the capital.
ERU. Got it. Okay. Got it.
Oh, fantastic. Mm-hmm.
All right. Not a problem. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So so you're a Sagittarius. Luckiest, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, it's the luckiest sign of the zodiac. You have that optimism on your side at all times, which is great for Sagittarians. Um, so I'm an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. I'm going to look at your soul purpose, and I use what's called the lunar nodes. They're elliptical points in the sky. um, you come in on the south node and you're trying to get to the north node energy. Your south node is in Sagittarius in the 12th house. And your north node is in Gemini in the 6th house. I feel that you have all this, you know things about philosophy, you have an expanded view of the world. You were probably some sort of guru in your past life, who people would listen to, look up to. So all that knowledge is inside of you, you know. You're probably the kind of person that has this burning sensation to learn more, to educate yourself more, but the knowledge is there. You came here to speak that knowledge and to heal people. I feel like it's all about service to others. You have Jupiter in your 6th house, and you have, I mean, that's your north node is right there in Gemini. It's about speaking the knowledge that you already know and helping people heal by providing service to others. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay. Um, what is it that you do? I'm curious.
Oh, I have more of a project management background, but I am thinking of moving into healthcare. So I've been working in
Mhm.
IT, and there are all these layoffs. So I'm thinking of moving into project management coordination on clinical research, which is in healthcare, because
I would
um,
say you should do that. You should do that. It
mhm,
should be in some kind of healthcare related field for you. Yeah,
mhm,
because 6th house is house of health. And it would be a position where you could communicate knowledge, and you could
mhm,
write and you could do research. And, a healing is not only from a healing that we would be conditioned to think healing, it could be a healing in job. It could be whatever you're drawn to, you know.
mhm,
But again, you have all this knowledge that you could
mhm,
just, it's just communicating in a way in the 6th house, which is going to help and heal others. So that could be very good as far as that project management in that, you know, but I would definitely make a move into healthcare.
mhm.
I would say with Chiron being in Pisces in the 3rd house, sometimes you get very distracted. It's hard for you
Oh
to
yes.
meditate. It's hard for you to meditate and to connect to your subconscious and that intuitive part of who you are. And with Saturn there, it's a big, big lesson for you. And I would say that, work with that, create space for that. Even if you do it, start by doing it maybe 5 minutes a day, something where you're not, you're not thinking about a million other things, where you're just going to be in that state of, okay, I'm just going to sit and I'm going to just relax and learn how to not think about anything. I'm just going to be mindful and in that present state of consciousness. And even if I do it for 2 minutes, start out by doing it for 2 minutes, then work up to 5 minutes, then work up to 10 minutes, because I think that intuition and that intuitive part of yourself and being able to connect to the subconscious is really, really going to help you on the moves in your life and help ground you and make you feel better overall. So, and as far as your Black Moon Lilith, it is in your first house and it is in Capricorn. I would say don't dismiss, I mean, you're a hard worker, you know, and don't dismiss you as yourself. You have the power to make things happen. So, and then tomorrow night, release the limiting perspectives and thoughts that you have of yourself, you know, and you're going to be great. So that's what I have for you tonight.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. Well,
that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so again, I just wanted to tell everybody, very important moon tomorrow night in Sagittarius, really about releasing limiting thoughts. I would say play with that Gemini in Venus. I go to a comedy club, do something fun, get around some fun people, be that social butterfly that's inside of you. And just, you know, it's like, I think that all of us take life sometimes way too seriously, right? With work, if we have children, if we have aging parents, if we are an aging parent, whatever that is. And sometimes it's just about having fun and looking at things not from such a serious lens, looking at things that make us happy, that we value. And that's what I'd like to project each and every week in my show, Zodiac Zone, giving everybody a few tips to help them and help them be the best person that they can be. So I hope all this was really helpful for everybody tonight. And I want to wish everybody once again a happy full moon, and, you know, just take care of yourself and enjoy your weekend and play with that Venus and Gemini.